Hello everybody, Kizilla here. Welcome back to Pokemon Yellow. In the last episode, we got to meet Bill up north, and we even got to meet our next permanent party member, Psycho, who was an Abra when you last saw him. Off screen, I actually trained him up to level 16. And at level 16, he evolved into a Kadabra, and then off screen, I traded him between another local instance of Pokemon Yellow, so now we have him as an Alakazam. Now, granted, he only knows the move, Confusion, but if any of you know anything about Psychic types in this game, you will know that Alakazam is absolutely the strongest Psychic type in this game. So, it's finally time for us to continue onwards. Now, for the record, I am maintaining my, I'm not doing any glitches thing. Yo, champ in the making. Here's my advice. The leader, Misty, is a pro who uses water Pokemon. You drain all their water with plant Pokemon. Or zap them with electricity. Thank you, sir. Rat, this is the one time you will be useful. Unironically, this gym is the one time your starter Pikachu actually has an advantage. Flash! Alright, first up, let's do it! Alright, this first trainer, the swimmer, is going to have two Pokemon. A Horsey and a Shelder. Now, if you did get Bulbasaur, you can easily get him up to Ivysaur, and just go through this entire gym with him at like level 16 to 17. Because he does learn Vine Whip at level 13. Can you not keep treating me so much? Now, keep in mind, if you are playing the original games, I would just flat out not recommend using Charmander in here at all. Withdraw, which only affects your defense and not your special stat. Thank you for throwing, dude. Now, I do want to mention that this guy in particular is actually used for, doing the Mew glitch in this game. I'm not doing the Mew glitch simply because I don't want to. Like, it's been done plenty of times. In fact, I don't really think I'm gonna do much after I beat the story of this game. Let's go ahead and heal up and then go and fight the next trainer. Alright, again, Rat, do not throw this. Because this is your one time to shine, buddy. You throw, you are never ever getting put out onto the field again. I'm more than good enough for you. Misty can wait. Alright, so this trainer, she'll only have one other Pokemon. That being... well, she'll only have one Pokemon, but that Pokemon is Goldeen at level 19. There's actually some pretty cool, neat little thing about Goldeen. So it and its evolution Seeking actually have access to the move Waterfall, which, yes, it debuted in this game, despite the fact that it would become an HM in Gen 2 onwards. But here's the thing. Waterfall is only learnable by Goldeen and Seeking in this game, as it's part of their natural learn set. Of course, it's learned at a level way beyond you would actually, like what you would actually use a Seeking for, because there are very few Pokemon in this game that are actually good. So, again, oh wow, he locked in on the Goldeen. I'm proud of my boy. Level 19. Alright. Your next move isn't until level 20, I want to say. You overwhelmed me! Yeah, his next move isn't until level 20, where he learns Slam. I actually do want to bring up something about this gen when it comes to learn pools. They are notoriously bad. Very few Pokemon actually learn proper stab moves and at relatively good levels. Like most fire types, for example, absolutely cannot stand. Like, I could not stand using fire types in this gen. Hell, I don't think just about anybody could. Like, until they get to their late 30s in the minimum, most fire types in this generation are stuck with Ember as their stab move. Ember. Hi, you're a new face. What's your policy in Pokemon? What is your approach? My policy is an all-out offensive with water-type Pokemon. Misty, the world-famous beauty, is your host. Are you ready, sweetie? It's time for our next gym fight. Meet Misty! Misty's got two Pokemon, Staryu and Starmie. Misty's notorious for being a really big wake-up call boss. Especially with her Starmie, due to how fast it is. Not to mention, she's also the first trainer that'll actually start using items in battle. Now, Staryu is relatively easy to deal with. It's her Starmie that's going to be the issue. Staryu comes in at level 18. We deal with that, no problem. Starmie! This is the big issue. And this is why I am immediately using Thunder Wave. You're just using an X defend? Okay. That doesn't affect her special stat, so it doesn't really matter. Now you may notice we didn't do much damage. Believe it or not, Starmie actually has pretty... Oh my god! Okay, go Ivysaur! Yeah, I'm not letting Rat go down just yet. As you can see, we do have Leech Seed, which will help out Ivysaur a lot. Now, Starmie's high speed actually means that it gets a lot of crits easily. So, Vine Whip... Wow, that got a crit? I think the only downside to using Vine Whip is... Grass is physical in this gen, I want to say? Still, that didn't really matter. Alright, Ivysaur leveled up. I can't believe I lost! Alright. You can have the Cascade badge to show you beat me. Woo! Cascade badge makes all Pokemon up to level 30 obey you. That includes even outsiders. There's more. You can now use Cut at any time. You can cut down small bushes to open new paths. You can also have my favorite TM. We received TM11, Bubble Beam. TM11 teaches Bubble Beam. Use it on an aquatic Pokemon. Alright. Well, let's go heal up, and then box Ivysaur because he's never being used for the rest of the run. Now, I do want to mention one other thing about Misty. So, in Mount Moon, there is a Rocky Grunt that has, I believe, a Rattata with Hyper Fang. Misty, however, should be the first instance that you fight a fully evolved Pokemon with Starmie. That's what makes her even more notorious. Dude, get out of my way. Alright, let's go ahead, box up Ivysaur. You're not useful anymore for us, sorry buddy. And let's see. So first things first, get Psycho. Oh yeah, I should probably grab our HM slave. So, for those of you who may be new to Pokemon or are young and have never heard that term before, certain Pokemon will be included specifically because they learn a lot of HMs and only are used for that purpose. So I'm going to real quickly figure out our next plan of action, and then I'll be right back. Alright, I figured out our plan of action. So, first things first, where is... Okay, so there's the mart. Let's come over here to the mart and buy a bunch of repels. Yeah, 20 should suffice. So repels, these are actually our first instance of an item being useful out in the field. At least that doesn't do healing. The reason why I bought a bunch of repels is because we're going to be needing those soon. Hey, sir! Anyways, I believe if we come over... Yep, there she is. There's Officer Jenny. Hiya, Jenny. How you doing? Now, you may recall that we actually beat up the Rocket Grunt here. This gave us a TM for Dig. Dig is actually a very important move for us, due to the fact that it could very well be the key to our next gym. So, welcome back to Route 5. Now, one thing that I didn't show on Route 5 was this, the daycare. So, let me real quickly come back up this way. And then... Actually, this will also be a good opportunity to show off repels. So, when we use a repel, and we move about in tall grass, we actually prevent wild Pokemon underneath our team leader's level from trying to attack us. So, I run a daycare. Would you like me to raise one of your Pokemon? No thank you. Come again. Alright, so the Pokemon daycare does not have all the functionalities that it does in later generations. In this game, there are no such thing as Pokemon X. What it is still useful for, however, is raising Pokemon for you. Now, while you walk, for every step that you take, any Pokemon that are in the daycare will earn 1 point of XP. This will be useful if you want to try to level up a Pokemon, such as, say, Magikarp. However, do note that the daycare guy will make all the decisions, so if your Pokemon has all its moves filled out, and it gets to the level that learns a new move, it'll decide for you on the move. Now, let's try heading down this way. I'm on guard duty. Gee, I'm thirsty, though. Oh, wait there, the road's closed. Alright, so that leads to Saffron City. We can't go there yet. In fact, we're not supposed to go there yet. Where are we actually supposed to go? Down here. Hi, do you have Cubone? Want to trade it for Machoke? Sorry, that's too bad. That's the first instance of an in-game trade that we could potentially do. Now, after a certain amount of steps, the repel's effect will wear off. There are better versions of repels, so I don't know if they're in this gen or later gens. People often lose things in that underground path. Yeah, I'm not really gonna get any of the hidden items. That's due to the fact that we only have 20 bag slots in this game. Can you believe that? 20 bag slots! Alright, so... now that we are here on Route 6... we can actually continue down further south. Now, there are some new Pokemon... There are, although I suppose I should just mention that there aren't any new Pokemon that we can find on this route. It's Pidgey, Pidgeotto, Rattata, Jigglypuff, and Abra. In Pokemon Blue, however, you can find a Meowth out here. Alright, so... oh, come on. Now, if we try to go north, we'll actually be greeted with the south, gate to Saffron City. We're not going to be doing that. In fact, we can't do that just yet. Now, while we can avoid almost all the trainers on this route, I'm still gonna fight them to level up Psycho. There aren't many bugs out here. So, this bug trainer is going to have 3 Pokemon, 2 Weedles, and a Caterpie. You're starting to understand why this gen is infamous for being the easiest generation. Alright, that's an easy kill. Alright, Psycho, go! Beat him up! Genuinely, Alakazam is so powerful that he is basically my ace in the hole. So we are going to be getting some other really powerful Pokemon soon. Alright, level 17. Defeated the bug catcher. No, you're kidding! Alright. Moving down here. I'm doing this out of love. Leave me alone! Did I... I'm sorry if I ruined the moment, man, but, I kinda need XP. So this Junior Trainer is going to have a Weepin' Bell, which is the evolution of Bellsprout. Unfortunately for you, sir, I'm pretty sure you are part poison. Yeah, you are part poison. How did you survive, though? Now, it is worth mentioning that admittedly strong physical moves could play Psycho out flat, but that's not really likely to happen considering, there's not a lot that are actually in this gen. No, this can't be! I'm training for my love! Don't bother me! Okay. Now this Junior Trainer is actually going to have 1 Pokemon. A Cubone! That is level 20? What kind of training are you doing that your boyfriend sucks? Now, you may be curious as to when Psycho will actually learn his next move. That is actually going to be at level 20. Alright, level 18. Now, admittedly, we won't be learning another, damaging move until level 27, naturally. But we do have a bunch of TM stuff we can learn. Alright, this guy. I've never seen you around. Are you good? This guy is another bug catcher. However, he has only 1 Pokemon. A Butterfree, finally! A bug catcher with a fully evolved Pokemon. Albeit it's Butterfree. Not exactly the most threatening. Anyways, his Butterfree is at level 20. Ah, you missed Supersonic. Take that. Oh, come on. Oh, heck, we confused them. So, Psychic-type moves, especially like Confusion, have a chance of inflicting, well, confusion. You are too good! Thank you, thank you. Alright, we have 2 trainers left. First up, we have this Junior Trainer. Me? Well, okay, I'll play. She's got 3 she has 3 Pokemon. All of them are Pidgeys. Now, you guys know the drill. Psycho is about to sweep. And no, I am not changing Pokemon. Sweep them, Psycho, sweep them! Oh no, you used Quick Attack. How utterly dare you, shouldn't... Actually, wait. No, her Pokemon are 2 levels under the evolution levels. Just didn't work. Alright. And now we just have this guy. Huh? You want to talk to me? Alright, so this guy has 2 Pokemon. A Spearow, which is about to get absolutely bodied by Psycho. I love this man so much. Or rather, yeah, no, I love this man. He is now level 20, and has learned Disable. Its other Pokemon is Raticate, the evolution of Rattata. Okay, nice crit, dude. All this confusion. Thank you. I didn't start it! Well, of course you didn't. Anyways, thank you. And we have arrived in Vermillion City. So this is where I'm actually going to be ending off this episode, and I'll see all of you in the next one. Goodbye!